Armagh today. We've got Bill Kennedy, the clerk of the course, and Mick Colgan, a director in the Armagh Road Racing Motorcycle Club. It's that time of the year again, Bill. Lots of things happening.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. Hard to believe that another year's come round and all the work we've done, and now we're just starting to see the whole thing falling into place. And delighted to say that we have got a terrific entry for the motorcycle road race itself. Where I'm looking forward to the Friday practice and Friday afternoon race, and then all day on Saturday. So fingers crossed we get good weather this year, and I got a good crowd to come out and support us. We have got everything else in place with the riders is coming, the sponsors has helped us out again, and all we need now is for the spectators and the fans to come along and show us their support.
I assume we have some interesting names to look out for on the various races on Saturday.
Well, you know, I always have said, and it's been a record in the past, that Armagh has always thrown up different riders. And I can remember a few years back, you know, Adam Lyon, who was a young up-and-coming Scottish rider, come over and broke the mould of Joe Laughlin and won the only person to beat Joe that whole year and the senior support race. There we have got a fella from England. He's been lapping the Isle of Man well over 130 mile an hour. Sam West. Sam's making his debut this year in Armagh. We're looking forward to seeing how he goes. And then obviously we got Derek McGee coming back from injury. He'll be here along with Derek Shields in the Burrows bike, Michael Sweeney. We got Paul Jordan, and you know, the list just goes on and on.
Yes, and of course Armagh is a home to all the big famous names, and probably the home of road racing in Ireland and across the world. So it's very significant for you, this race. Well,
as you know, and we're marking the death and passing of my brother Frank, who was killed in the Northwest in 1979, so that's 40 years ago, and we're having a special classic race and classic races for him this year, so that's interesting. But in general, you know, the riders do seem to always want to come and race Armagh. It must be because of the history of the place and what it means to so many riders from all the various different parts of the world. And while they keep coming, we'll keep welcoming them.
Yeah, great stuff, and it certainly went down very well since you started it. Mike, there's a full week basically of events. So talk us through the variety of events, what they are, and what we can expect.
Right. Well, Kevin, we start on Saturday with this truck run here that we've organised first time last year. This is our second year on it. Some of the local fellas here, this fella behind us, when the car run was going, they would have tagged on the end of it, and we felt that they were being deprived maybe of something, so we'd started and organised this truck run on the Saturday for them. Last year we took almost 60 trucks down into Ballycastle and back up and around the course, and very, very successful. So hopefully this year it'll be an add-on, and we could hopefully maybe hit 80-100 trucks this year. That takes the Saturday morning by. On Sunday we run a very successful motorcycle ride out every year for the last 11 years. Sometimes somewhere between 100 and 150 motorcyclists comes into the village on Sunday morning for the annual ride out, and back home in the evening then for a barbecue and all in the evening. On Sunday night we then run a church service, interdenominational service out in the Lag church out there, and we hope that we get a good support for it. We normally do. Monday is a free day, free night. We're trying to just finalise bits and pieces on the course. Tuesday starts with the Dunloy Cycle Club coming to us. They've been coming for a few years now to do a cycle ride round and round the course, a timed cycle raid. After that, on the Wednesday, we get all the vintage classic cars. The Ballymoney Club does that, the Old Vehicle Club does that for us, and they bring somewhere between 100 and 150 cars out on the Wednesday night to us. On Thursday, all the old classic vintage bikes arrive in the village here for the evening, and we do 2 laps of the course with them boys, and that has been very, very popular. Some very old, some very valuable, some very real classic vintage motorcyclists, and the spectator seems to enjoy it, and it puts a lot of enthusiasm into the village for that week. The whole festival, it's a festival, so it's a festival week for us. We've built it up into that week, and hopefully that'll if the weather permitting and we get a good weather, the crowds comes out and supports it regardless. But on a dry night, we get a lot more people out to it, and let's hope we get that, Kevin.
Okay, so it all kicks off then this Saturday,
Yeah.
and it's a full week of entertainment in Armoy. So all we can say is Armoy is the place to be from this weekend right through the whole week until the actual races next weekend. So good luck, guys. Have a great week. I hope it all goes well for you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Jim.